locked on mine. The color of honey, just like the one who'd betrayed me. Somewhere in the house, a dull sound echoed, and I remembered why I was here. Reaching into the crib, I lifted the child, settling him against my bosom. I expected him to cry and wail, to be pierced by the barbs caging my soul. Lifting my hand, I readied to shove it against his face to muffle any sounds he was sure to release. But he didn't cry. The baby smiled. That shriveled, lifeless speck of my soul lying listlessly inside me jerked. And when it did, the rest of me did too. Anger so hot and swift burned my skin, making the cape stick to my body and my clothes dampen with sweat. How dare this child? How dare he try to manipulate me? Just like his father. And just like that, our fates were sealed. I disappeared into the dark of night with the child who should have been mine, cursing us all to a miserable fate. A child denied its right by birth, by a woman denied her right by love. And them? A king and a queen left behind, cursed forever with an empty kingdom.
1. Ethan. The double doors leading into my office burst open, distracting me from the mountain of paperwork piled on my desk, shoulder blades coming together with instant annoyance. I glanced up, ready to scold whoever the hell dared to just barge right in. The reprimand died on my lips, as the glossy light-stained wood parted, revealing a figure I was very familiar with. Moving past him, my gaze landed on Bree, who hovered nervously at the threshold, apology plain on her face. I couldn't be mad at her. Even my assistant was no match for him. Delivering her a small smile and a nod, I motioned that all was okay, and she nearly deflated in relief, scurrying forward to pull the doors closed behind him. She wasn't relieved I wasn't angry, no. She was relieved she wasn't the one having to deal with Adrian Abbott. That was my job, a job assigned to me at birth. "Father," I greeted, leaning back in my chair as he went to the minibar across the room to help himself. "We need to talk." "In the middle of a business day?" I asked, surprised he would interrupt me because, frankly, he was a giant workaholic and thought everyone else should be as well. "This is about business," he confirmed, turning with a crystal glass in his broad hand and about a finger length of dark liquid in the bottom. "You heard back on the UK deal?" I questioned as he came to sit on the other side of my desk, his red tie the only color to his basic attire of a black suit and white dress shirt. "It's time you got married." A strangled sound twisted in my throat, and I was pretty sure I choked on the spit I usually swallowed without thought. "Married?" I asked, the word coming out hoarse. "You had to know this was coming." He spoke as if I wasn't about to asphyxiate. Clearing my throat, I gave a very neutral response. "I'm not dating anyone at the moment." "And whose fault is that?" The blame was punctuated by the sharp snap of his glass on the top of my desk. "You're the one who let Ivory run off with some street rat." "Dad," I practically groaned. "Do you know how embarrassing that was for your mother and me? Our own son, the most eligible bachelor in all of New York, bested by a no-one." Even though it irked me, I didn't bother to explain Neo was not a no-one. My father was so old-school money and so deep with the Upper East Side elite, he wouldn't hear anything I said regardless. And on top of that, if I wanted Ivory, I would have had her. No one bested me, unless I allowed it. I wasn't in love with Ivory. I never was. And she didn't love me either. "What's love got to do with it?" he exclaimed. "This was a perfect business opportunity we had been working on since you both were born. And what did you do? Tossed it all aside." "I'm not getting married for business," I retorted. "Well, the rate you're going, you aren't going to get married for love either. Might as well make some money." A dull ache started at the base of my skull, shooting pain behind my eyes. "Can we argue about this another day?" "I found someone." Lowering my